everyone, Josh from Advanced League here. Welcome back to another Advanced League Pokemon of the Week. This week isn't something that's been suggested, but something I would like to showcase. Granted, everyone knows that I am the Fairy type gym leader, and I was going to quit recently. Well, a couple of weeks ago I was going to quit due to not being a fan of it. I thought it would be a great type, but at the time I didn't actually have that many Fairy types to use. I was using like Gardevoir and Whimsicott and some other stuff like that, but then I started like branching out and going into like Mega Mawile and a new favourite of mine, which is Azumarill. As you all know, he's an absolute monster. There's nothing that can be said bad about it. Obviously it has its weaknesses, as does everything, but this is going to be showcasing a particular set I like to use. So for the item, Citrus Berry works well. You'll get the, how much boost is it? Restores 1/4 when you are down to 50% or less. So I think that's brilliant for the moveset we're going to be using. For its ability, Huge Power is the one I'm going to be using. Sap Sipper is a great ability as well, because that will be one weakness you can then soak up and your attack is boosted by one stage, so that's not necessarily a bad ability, but it's not the ability we're going to be using today. For the moveset, it's going to be straight up Aqua Jet, full priority, stab priority, can't go wrong. Play Rough, another stab move, because Azumarill has got the Fairy type in this generation, Fairy Dual Water, so it's excellent typing. It's the only downside to this, I seem to miss like 500 attacks out of like 600. I don't know why, but I'm not a fan of the 90% accuracy. I don't think it's worth it. Granted, you do get the attack drop by 1. A lot of other moves, like Shadow Ball and stuff like that, have like a 100% accuracy and still have a stat drop as well. So, but whatever, still a good move. Another move I like to run is Super Power. This is to hit things like Tyranitar's and Heatrans and all that shit that you're going to be running into, because I believe Azumarill's jumped up to OU this generation. I'm pretty sure it has, 99% sure. So you're going to be running into a lot of those, and the move to separate this guy from OU is Belly Drum. It's actually an incredible move. As you can see, you do lose 50% of your HP, but you do maximise your attack to the full potential, and along with Huge Power, you're a monster. Like you're dealing a lot of damage. I don't know how much exactly, but it's never really let me down before. Obviously there has been counters which I've ran into quite a lot recently, but we'll get onto that when we do the stat distribution. Right now, one of the downsides I've noticed to this set is, in this game we have the level 50 rule, so you don't actually have to level up. Like I use a level for like 15 star me when I battle online, like on Wi-Fi and shit. It doesn't go to level 100, you can choose the level 50 option, but with the level 50 option on Wi-Fi, your Belly Drum takes you down to just over 50%, I think it does 49%, and where you think that was actually good, it isn't good, because the Citrus Berry doesn't actually activate. That's the only thing I don't like about this set. Use it at level 100 and I believe it does take you into yellow, which then your Citrus Berry will activate, so that'll be excellent. As for the EV spread, I use a Adamant, obviously. We're going to chuck max attack on that, 252. Now 218 attack at max is shit. Don't get me wrong, it is completely shit, but along with the Belly Drum and the Huge Power, you're a tank. Now this is where it gets interesting. A lot of people would max out their HP, give it 404 max. A lot of people straight up send up speed, 252 into speed. I don't do either. I did a bit of research into what you're going to be wanting to outspeed, and the things that you can't really damage in OU is things like Jellicents and Scizors, and they're the main threats, because obviously if a Jellicent is faster than you, it's just going to wisp you and then you're useless pretty much. You are useless completely. And Scizor's Bullet Punch from a Mega Scizor anyway is going to do a crap ton. So as long as they're not invested, which they usually aren't, they're usually max attack and max HP. I put in 168 into, I believe it's 168, I think it might even be 165, but I have 168 in Azumarill speed. This allows you to outspeed Scizors that aren't invested, and Jellicents, which are, in my opinion, the biggest threat, and the thing that I have been worried about the most. And with the remaining EVs, I chucked them all into HP, so he has a strong, tanky HP, along with obviously max attack and a decent speed to outspeed a lot of the threats to Azumarill in this generation. As I said, counters for this Pokemon I've noticed are Jellicents and Scizors and stuff, purely because of their, like, Scizor has a priority bullet punch, but with an Aqua Jet you should be able to kill him. I have killed them in the past, so correct me if I'm wrong, but but yeah, at the level 50, because I play Wi-Fi, this will be at level 50. I like to. Oh, he's a golden egglet. There we go. I like to. Wait, what the fuck's happened here? Oh, it's level 50. Yeah, here we go. That's what I mean. So this is what his stats looks like at level 50 for me. I had a dirt moment there, but whatever. At level 50, his berry won't activate when you belly drum, which is not good. So they're kind of helpful. They kind of do support Azumarill in a sense. I like to something like Sandstorm or Spikes maybe, or a Stealth Rock on your side of the field that will hurt Azumarill does kind of help, because if you switch in on something you know that is going to switch out, or if you come in off like a revenge kill on something that is going to retreat, then the Stealth Rocks will take that tiny little bit off, or the Sandstorm or the Spikes or whatever. You'll activate your belly drum on the switch out, and then your Citrus Berry will activate, so that is kind of helpful. But obviously in the long run, if it's a Sandstorm or a Hail, you're going to be taking damage at the end of every turn, so it's kind of bad, but I find these things kind of help, unfortunately. Kind of sucks, but... And I think that's about it. Some other counters for it, actually, I've noticed are Latios. Obviously, you're not going to be outspeeding a Latios any time. Even if you had like 510 points in speed, which isn't possible, you're not going to be outspeeding them at all, so you're not going to be wanting to stay in. An Aqua Jet will not kill. I think it does like 40% even at +6 of huge power. Correct me if I'm wrong again, but this is from past experiences. And some other threats in the OU tier, obviously they're going to be noticeable. Let's have a quick browse. Like even Aegislash, you can KO Aegislash. Alakazam goes down, Blissey's not a problem. But due to his new typing, Fairy, you have ups and downs from that. You resist fighting types, so you resist things like Donphan, you resist things like Brelooms and shit like that, and obviously you resist dark types. And you also have an immunity to dragons, so things like Dragonites and Garchomps, Salamancers, all the OU stuff is... I'm not saying it's going to be useless against an Azumarill, but it certainly isn't going to be as good. But along with the Fairy type obviously comes weaknesses, so you've obviously got a weakness to poison types and steel types, and there's a lot of steel types in OU nowadays, like Bishop's gone up. Who else you got? Excadrill, Ferrothorn. Like, granted, Ferrothorn and Fortress can't do anything to you, but you can't do anything to them, certainly. But this is why I like to pack Superpower, because a Superpower +6 is going to do a crap ton to both of them. Who else have we got? Lucario. Mega Lucario's banned, so I wouldn't worry about that. Mawile. Obviously you can hit it with another superpower. I think it's super effective on Mawile. Correct me if I'm wrong, pretty sure it is. Obviously you mentioned the Scizor. So yeah, I think that's all with my set. I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, send in your suggestions and I will get to them hopefully soon. Apologies for the lateness, but thanks for watching. Like, rate, comment and subscribe. In a bit.